What up MVPs, and welcome back to another video. Now, first of all, thank you guys so much again for your amazing support. I can't thank you enough. I got more than 200 subscribers already and more than 10,000 views on my channel overall. And this is all thanks to you, and I appreciate every single like and subscribe, and I try to respond as fast as I can to all the comments, so keep it up guys. I thought I would create a more personal video this time, as I had many insecurities myself when I was growing up. For example, I was one of the shortest kids in class and I was not too happy about being skinny at the same time. This is a terrible combination, by the way, trust me. And of course, some of those aspects became less important as I grew up, especially as I finally reached a good height. And still I found effective ways to deal with the remaining insecurities. And this is one of the reasons why I created this channel, because I really want to help you guys achieve the exact same thing. First of all, and most important, every single person has some sort of insecurities. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys are aware of that, but there are some people out there that think that models, for example, are always happy and confident because they look good. And this is just not the case. There is so much pressure in the industry to look a certain way, it's just not fun anymore. And other people might think that rich people have no insecurities, but they are responsible for many jobs and they need to manage the money and try not to get into jail. So you're not alone guys. So guys, I'm of the opinion that there are two types of reasons causing insecurities, and most of them are changeable, but there are a few unchangeable ones. Let's talk about the unchangeable ones first. So here the number one solution is acceptance, and the problem I think is that most people think of it as a passive process that just happens overnight, right? And like out of nowhere, and they find it really hard to accept things they don't like about themselves in that particular moment. And actually the complete opposite is true. For example, personally, every time I would catch myself feeling down about something that makes me insecure, I would try to actively remember that the only thing I can change in that moment was my mindset about it. So I literally would think, again, nah, screw this, let's make the most out of it. And you basically need to reprogram your brain. You can also look at it this way. You either feel bad about it until it ruins your and other people's day, and you miss out on so many cool things that could have happened, or you simply accept it and draw people to you with your confidence, and really amazing moments will happen to you. But dude, what are you talking about? I can't get girls because they like tall guys. That's just a fact. And I can't get girls because the European ones just don't like Asian men or Indian men or whatever. No. See, you're partly right, but there are always people out there that don't like you for who you are. But in most cases, you are the person that keeps you away from success in life, relationships, etc. And there are short guys pimping it all over the world while you say it's impossible. And another example are Jesse and Kong from Simple Pickup, a YouTube channel, and they prove that confidence is most important, and being Indian or Asian doesn't really have as much impact as they thought when they started dating girls. And this was just an example, as I see this topic discussed a lot on Reddit. Okay, great, you've accepted everything you can change about yourself, and the things left are the ones you can actually have an impact on. Now, I would guess that around 90% of your insecurities can actually be changed, and this realization alone is incredibly powerful. Let's say you're unhappy about your looks, for example. This is super common. There are about 1 trillion ways to improve your appearance. Working out, a new haircut, a new style being only 3 of them. Just think of those classmates you had in school that went from, nah, I would never date them, to, whoa, they're quite hot now that they're in university. Faster than they could complain about the looks. I think the biggest challenge about making change, however, is to initially commit to it in your head. For example, trying a new haircut can be super scary, and I can tell you guys from my own experience because I nearly got bald at one point. But it can be more than worth it, and feeling improvement in your life naturally boosts your self-esteem. And that starts an upward spiral, because once you get rid of one insecurity, you will immediately want to tackle another one with the motivation you just got. Now the last part of this video is mindsets, and the reason I included it is because most of you guys watching are men, around 90%. And we tend to approach things in a more logical and objective way. So personally this helps me the most, and I'm sure it will help you too. Now the first point is that most of your insecurities are subjective. For example, my nose doesn't look completely straight, and one of my best friends complains about his ears standing out. And while that was bothering us in our head, nobody else has ever noticed until we told them and they took a closer look. And even then what they would say was, maybe a little bit, but I think only you care about it, and they were right, it didn't matter, but we wouldn't believe them anyway. But now we do, and I can joke about it with other people. For example, if you notice saying, just follow your nose, I would say, okay, let's go to the left then. Next up is the fact that everybody is too busy with their own problems and insecurities to notice yours. Just think about it, how much time of your day do you spend thinking about the things that concern you compared to other people and their stuff? The third idea is to know your insecurities. And one of my quote-unquote insecurities is my German accent in my videos, for example. And people have pointed it out already, but so what? I already knew that, so it didn't surprise me. And I'm already working on improving it, so why should it bother me at all? And if anything, I believe it makes this channel a bit special. And the comedian Jimmy Carr, for example, said something similar when a heckler said his girlfriend is only going out with him because he is famous. He would answer, "Yes, I am famous. What is your point?" And in general, it's important what you think about yourself. Another bias you should be aware of is the natural tendency to want more and never be satisfied. Let's say you're 170 centimeters tall and suddenly a fairy grants you the wish of being at least 180. And after a while you want to be 185, let's be honest. And studies have proven that women who would undergo breast enlargement surgery out of insecurity would be as insecure 3 weeks after they got what they wanted as they were before. Comparing yourself to other people all the time can be the next reason why you constantly feel bad about any aspects of yourself. And as this topic is way too broad to be explained in this video, I already worked on another one to show you how to completely stop comparing yourself. And this also helps with jealousy as well. In the end, it helps to change your self-image of perfection to a more realistic one. Because have you ever met a perfect person? Me neither. And I know there are people in personal development that try to be perfect, but let's not fool ourselves, it's not gonna happen. And that's why you should see potential to grow on one hand, but also be grateful for what you have achieved so far on the other. And I remember being accepted to a specialization at my university, which was super tough, and I felt so proud, and now I don't even think of it anymore. But why? It was actually quite an achievement, I should be proud of it. And instead I would catch myself focusing on how much I should still improve in other areas of my life. And I think what you need to do is find the balance. That said, guys, I would be super curious to know your insecurities and how you dealt with them. And if you want, you can let me know down in the comments below and also suggest other topics for future videos. And I would really appreciate constructive feedback to improve my channel even more. And apart from that, have a great day and see you next time.